Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Saturday, August 16th, 2025. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're here for live 2-hour sewing chat. I think today I'm going to be working on African map, and let's see. I think that's it. I'll show you a label I'm working on. I'll talk about that in a minute, and we're going to give people a chance to get their notifications. So while we wait, also know that I'm live on Wednesdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for live chat. Do a lot of mixed things. Sometimes I'm sewing. Sometimes I'm doing hauls. Sometimes I'm just chatting. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit the thumbs up button. Also, hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I'm live. And join me over on Facebook as well, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions. Otherwise, your request will be denied. Sometimes on Facebook, when you request to join, you may not see the questions. But if you go out and go back in, then you will see the questions. So let me do that. And then go to live chat. I don't know what that is. Settings. So we're just waiting for people to get their notifications. And Darcy is also reminding you all to subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you, Darcy. Let's see. Got quite a few people here. We've got Elaine Doucette, Judy Smith, Betsy Layton, Suzette Peterkin Denton, Francis Jackson, Delia Castro Short, Patricia Priest, Vivian Calvi, Miss Topaz, Zandra Odom, C. Rex, Shelly S5, and we also have Sue GSD that is reminding you all that it is 332 days until the most delightful retreat of all times, featuring the incredible Miss T, instructor of extraordinary talent, the fabulous Jennifer, and the man, the myth, Kevin. So yeah, we're having a retreat next July. It's going to be a 5-night retreat in St. Louis, Missouri, and where we have a chartered bus day of shop hopping, and then we have a that takes us further out, and then we also have a local day of shop hopping. We have classes, we have fun, we have sewing, we travel across the USA just to have some fun with some people that we met online who have now become family. So that's what we're doing. I might have 1 or 2 spots available, I'm not sure, for retreat. If you're interested in retreat, that information is in the Facebook group under the file section. You can download the registration form, and it has the info attached on the front page letting you know everything you need to know. All funds must be in by October 31st, so keep that in mind as well. Remo JS is here. Janet McCarroll, Janice Miller, let's see, Deborah Holloway, trying to get the newbies, Wanda Jamerson, Sharon Lewis, Joyce Sterling, and I think that's it for right now. So yeah. You see people saying that their rent is paid. That means that they have hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't done that already, please go do it now. I would really, really appreciate it. So let me press this. I got this on my board to press. And then I'm going to have to, I can't cut it here. I don't have enough room because it's too big. But it'll need to be cut and de-threaded. I just want to press it flat so it can cool. And then I'll show you that. That's my label. So since Wednesday, I gave you all like my list of tasks And so I did get a lot done since Wednesday. I finished cutting the border pieces that I needed for the Take 5 quilt, which is called African Shuffle for this one. My pattern is called African Royal Shuffle, I think. And I got all of those borders. I put 4 borders in total onto the Take 5 kit quilt. So I am now working on a label because I'm going to put the label onto the backing fabric, and then I'm going to quilt the label in as I am quilting the quilt. So that way, if you take the label out, you are taking out the quilting as well. So that's what I like to do on quilts that I give away. If a quilt is commissioned, it's not as important, but if I'm giving a quilt away, I'd most definitely put the label in and stitch it down. Sin Forrest is here. Jacqueline Mason as well. So welcome to the chat. So I did all of that. I got 3 pieces of African print fabric cut so that I can piece it for the backing because I needed just a little bit more than 2. So I'll probably put this backing, just waiting for it to cool. I'll put this backing onto the second panel, so I'll make sure that it's included in the back somewhere. I don't really care where the label is. I'm giving it away. I don't have to look for it. So it doesn't really matter. And the person people, when you give them, they're not looking for the labels anyway. We are looking for the labels. I always put my label in a certain spot, so when it's at a quilt show, I know where my label is. Minnie Doula is here. Welcome to the chat. Sandy Agger as well. Welcome. So yeah, so this is my label that I've made. I also designed another label for somebody who I'm quilting their quilt for. They wanted me to do their label, so I got it designed. Once I finish, it's not due yet, but I'll probably go ahead and do theirs as well. But this is ready to be put over here. It's ready to be put on the backing. I don't have the backing fabric in here, but I will show you the borders. I put 4 borders onto the Take 5 quilt. I've got this border here, started with this, then this one, then that, and then I have a string border. Now the string border, I just pieced randomly whatever strings I had left from the last time that I cut kits. And so I didn't have enough to go completely all the way around. So I ended up adding some of the magenta because I think that's the color she likes the most. So I ended up adding magenta when I ran out of the strings. So this is what that looks like. I'm trying to get it into the frame, but I can't see. All right, so that's what it looks like here. So I still got the 1, 2, 3, 4 borders, but then down here when I ran out of strings, I have that. And I'll eventually get a photo of it when it's all done. This is like a queen size. It's a 96 square inches. So I don't have anywhere in the house that I can like lay the whole thing out, and it's been too hot to be outside. I tried taking some photos of quilts outside. I didn't even get all the quilts hung before I was drenched, and so we're just not doing that. So what I'll do is I'll just lay it on the deck and just take a quick picture. It's just going to be a facing down photo instead of hanging up on the deck. It just won't be the same style. But yeah, so let me make sure Linda Williams came in. Welcome to the chat. They so silly. They say, wonder if I made the label back, would they be able to see it? Yeah, you can read it from the back, which is sad. I think they're just trying to see what I put on here. So yeah. That's what it is. I do understand that the screen is backwards. they made me update this older iPad after I had used it for about 2 weeks. So I am no longer able to use the old iPad because they wouldn't let me get into regular YouTube either. So I have no way of turning this unless YouTube changes the program features again, which is just sad. I really am sad about that, that if you're coming in on a mobile device, you can't change the direction, which it was fine for years. I don't know why they changed it to be like that in the first place. So yeah, but we have no control over that. So that's my label. You were able to read it. Clovis says nice big label. On this one, because the quilt is so big, I wanted to go ahead and make it a good size. And neat label. Did you embroider the label? Yes, I did. Remorse reminding you all also to hit the thumbs up button. Pretty with the magenta, yes. So I had a darker magenta, but for some reason I can't either find a whole bolt of fabric or I used it. And I do know that I used it on some other projects, but I used all those fabrics and I had all of those fabrics left except for the dark magenta. So I don't know what's up with that. It may have slid behind something. I don't know. I can't find it. I have racks that have my bolts on them, and it could have fallen out the back of it and I can't see it because of the way that it's designed, where the shelf go up and down, and I have to remove all the bolts in order to see if it slipped behind, and I ain't got time for that. So I just found this black with magenta and a little purple, and just decided I was just going to use that instead. At least it's in the color family, and black is in all African fabric. So yeah. Hi, Kim R. Welcome to the chat. Hey, I thought I said Bonita, but hi, Bonita, just in case I missed you. I think I said your name. And Cian says she loves the label. It's amazing. Yes. So yeah, well, all I do is I'm going to fold down a border, and then I'm just going to use my machine to just top stitch this label onto the backing fabric before I even start. Then that way, and I'm just going to put it in the middle of the yardage width that I cut for the quilt. Like I said, I don't care if it's centered for real. I don't care if it's totally straight, although I load it straight. But I do want to make sure that the label is on there and that it's quilted in when somebody hasn't paid for a quilt. So I'm just going to lay that right here. I have to go to I cut at my long arm table when it's bigger. So that's what we're going to be doing later. So yeah. What else did I do? I did that it took me 2 days to get all of this stuff done. The cutting the borders, measuring everything, making sure everything was cut correct, and finding the backing fabric because I had put it up and cutting. I got the backing fabric cut but not sewed because I knew I needed the label. So now that I got the label, I can put it on and get those pieces sewed. That's just 2 long seams, shouldn't be too bad. And I already got the batting cut for this quilt, so I've been doing things to trying to get this one done. Also, yesterday I ended up going to Cardinals versus the Yankees baseball game at the stadium. So I was out. My friend came into town, Mary from Atlanta. She is such a fan. She's a fan of the Cardinals and the Yankees, and she kind of made me mad yesterday because the Yankees won. And she's so funny. She made a shirt that's half Yankees, half Cardinals, and then she changes her hat. So whoever's at bat is whose hat she's wearing. I'm like, girl, you are one confused person. But she was hilarious. Yes, thank you, Sharon. Says T, you accomplished a lot. Yes, I did. I am so sick of looking at, by the time you sew 4 borders onto a quilt, you good and tired of of looking at a particular quilt, especially when it's bed size. It's different if it's, you know, only going to be twin size at max or a wall hanging. Yeah, 4 borders is nothing. But when you sewing bed size quilts and putting 4 borders on, I was so sick of that quilt, I didn't know what to do. So I'm glad it's over and done. So we're going to work on the Africa map. Now, the one thing I did do was I hadn't had all of my pieces, my African prints cut. I had all my background and all the other pieces cut, but I wanted to make sure that I had contrast in between my African prints, so I didn't just randomly cut those. I could have, and it would have been a lot quicker, but I particularly chose which fabric was going in which spot. It really doesn't make a difference overall. That's just my little bit of OCD I have when it comes to, I want to make sure that I have value, because one thing I don't want to do is make something scrappy and then you don't realize that it's scrappy because I used all the purples together or all the blues together or all the greens, and it doesn't look scrappy. It looks like it could be just 4 pieces of fabric. So that's what I was trying to avoid. So that's the only reason that I did that. Otherwise, you know, and again, it's not like it's a whole lot of fabric either. I had to use, let's see, how many pieces of African fabric? 22 pieces of African fabric. So, or 22 different prints of African fabric. And so it really didn't make much sense to me to do all of that. So I am actually, I have the pieces here for row number 13. So that's where we're starting today, is row 13. I didn't do 1 through 3 because I'm just going to cut 1 piece of fabric. I have 4 through 10 sewed together. I have 11 and 12 up here that I haven't sewn to. I haven't sewn those 2 rows together yet, and then they need to be sewn to the bigger piece. But, you know, doing what I can. So row number 13, let's see where we are. This is just a straight seam here, which is easy. And I didn't even cut the machine on yet. I have been using this Juki for a while now. And I do not like that it does not have, let you know when that bobbin thread is out. I'm telling you, it's been so many times I have been air sewing that it is not even funny. So these are my next 2 pieces. And these, I have to look at where they're going to know which direction. So this piece here, it's so hard for me to see the rows. 13, and it's like this. This is my Africa print, and we want it to come from here. So if I sew that, have to make sure you sew these in the right direction, guys. That's what I should have done, was I should have been marking. I forget that step until it's time to sew, that I need to mark. I moved all my stuff from over here, and now I need my board. So I need to draw 45-degree line. That's what I forget. And this one, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see this pencil line because it's pretty dark, but we'll see. We'll mark it. And if not, we'll mark it again. So yeah, that's what I should have been doing, was marking lines, but at least I know what goes with what. So when I put this on here, that comes down. I want to make sure it's in the right direction to match the piece at the top. Now, I went back to make sure I put that piece on right. We'll sit that there because I'll be needing it in a minute. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, and I forgot to sew my other line on here. I guess we'll get that too. Let's see, this one is straight. I'm just gonna have to sew something else because I need those two pieces off so I can put those together. I only got 5 pieces. And the next rows are gonna be really easier because I'm gonna start having just 3 pieces. So I'm getting past the most difficult parts. But let me draw another line so I can save the extra half square triangle because I can't seem to throw it away. But I was able to see the lines with from the pencil, so that's good. So yeah, one of these days I'm gonna catch up to everybody else. I'm so far behind, but I got other things that I need to work on when I'm not live. I gotta finish that African Shuffle, take 5. I need to, and I still have a t-shirt quilt that I got the fronts cut, but I need to start cutting stabilizer so that I can use that. And I'm just chain piecing on some half square triangles that I need for my Happy Place quilt. I don't know which way I need this to go, but we'll just press it up for right now. If I have to repress it, that's fine. It's just a straight seam. We'll just press. All right. So I just sewed that. I got to take it off again because I need to sew the other ends together. So let's do that. All right. May as well leave scissors over here too. We're going to need it all. Okay. So this right here, yeah, it's right. I was gonna say, did I go the wrong direction? It's right. It's the background right here. I keep turning the wrong way because I'm left-handed. That's just one of those things I do because I have to know which way it's going. So it's going this way so that, and it comes down. Just put a little press line so I know which way to draw my line. 45 degrees. All right, so I put this on here, so this, no, I put this on here like this, so that, and then it flips down like that. All right, let's sew this. Take that off. And then I've got, this is the top. This also's got to be put on here at an angle. I don't know why this seam is so little. I'm going to sew this again. Is that 1/4 of an inch? It's right here. This seam was not 1/4 of an inch. I don't know what I sewed it as. See. That's 2. I only need 4 of these half square triangles, so they'll be sewed together really fast. These are some fillers that I'm using just to fill the space out. All right, I don't know which way. Okay, this is the wrong way. And I cut it. And it's the wrong way. And I did not look again, and I should have. I thought I did. But it's wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay, let's see. That seam is right, but this seam is wrong. And I'm not going to be able to sew this because I don't have any extra fabric in here to fix it. So I'm just going to take it apart. I have to recut both of these pieces. Ooh-wee. This is my first time having it happen though. Good Lord. Okay, this is wrong. Let's see. If I put it this way, flip it down, it's going... I think I'm just getting my lines mixed up because these lines are so tiny. Sew here and flip it down, then it's going the right way. So, need it this way. And I need to make sure I lay it back. I don't think I have any any background or African fabric that I cut in here. Except my long arm. Okay, so if I put this back on here and then fold you down, the ends are opposites. So that will work. All I'm going to do, I think, is I'm just going to sew on a piece of fabric and just re-chop it. Re-sew it and re-chop it. I'm not going to take what's together. Like, this end is wrong. I'm just going to add another piece of background fabric and go the other direction. When it's quilted, it won't matter. I don't think. That's what I'm doing anyway. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So let's get this sewed. And I need to draw another line because I forgot for the piece I'm saving. Because once it's cut, it's too late. You can't sew it back and have the seam allowance included. So row number 13 has been botched. I gotta go get 2 pieces of fabric to fix it. So this will be tossed to the side once I sew this part. And then we're going to go ahead to row number 14. Now, they get easier. Like I had 5 pieces. I just goofed and turned it once I marked the line. I turned it still the wrong direction. So we got to be careful. This is the one, number 14, these little bitty lines. Then you got to go up to the top, and we want this like that. 14, we want it like this. So I'm going to draw the line on here, see if that makes it better, but you know, might not. Just trying something different. "45 degrees, get it on there. All right, so this is my top. I don't think it matters. We want this piece to be like this at the top, like that. So it should go like this. And we shall see if this works. I'm going to check it before I cut. I haven't been looking in a while. See, Liz Wilson's come in. Sue Allen. And Laura Harris, welcome to the chat. Haven't seen your name. Cheryl Knuckles. And welcome back, Cheryl. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody else. Thomasina is here. Welcome to the chat. June Hansen is here. Judy says she also has a Juki and wish it let you know when the bobbin was out. Girl, I was working on those borders, and I'd sew like 3 borders and the bobbin be empty. And it's like, what in the world? So it was a lot. Let's make sure this is correct. This is the top. This is the direction I want. So we're fine. I can cut. No, I can draw. Yeah, I can draw a second line is what I can do. So I can keep my extra half square triangle. Maybe I'll work those into a border, into the border or something like that. We shall see. See how many I have. I don't know. Okay, got that. We got this one over here. And we have this one I can cut. Well, I cut that without checking. It's right though, thank goodness. But I sure cut it without checking. Thank goodness. Now this is the piece that goes, I need extra pieces so that I can re-sew them the other direction. That's row 13. That's row 13. That's going nowhere. And then I got 2 more. Like I said, these are just something I'm sewing on so I don't have to break my thread. That's another thing I'm sick of with Juki. The projects that I'm working on are requiring me to break my thread. And I'm sick of thread tails. All right. On the bottom, is it straight or is it an angle? Let's see. We're on 14, so yes, it's an angle. 14 and 15 is an angle. So this is the bottom. This is the piece. And the piece is going to get sewed like this. And if I do that, it's going opposite of what I want. And then when I come over here and sew, I put the print on top before and it worked just fine. I got to have more fabric over here. So when I sew this, it comes down. Is this the right angle? No. I want it coming this way. So when it comes this way, this is the angle. I don't know why all of a sudden, like the last 2 times when I first started this, I was not directionally challenged, but I am now. My left-handedness has clicked in where it wants to, what I'm supposed to do, it wants to reverse. And it should go in the same direction as the picture, but I'm just being goofy right now. Don't know what my problem is. I might be best to just draw lines both ways and then figure it out afterwards, you know. I know it's got to go on there. All right. So when I sew this, it's like that. It's going the right way. And this is the last piece in this row. Except that I got 2 seams. All right, let's just press these so I can sew these all together, and then we're done with these. Well, sort of, kind of. This is hot. People are giving their prayers to Remo. And we still got to put this one in. Okay, let's sew these 2 rows together, even though I can't sew anything else to them. Okay. Make sure I got this over here right. This is row 11 and 12 that I sewed previously on the other live that didn't get sewed together. Okay, let's take this stuff off. Cut that. Press this. Okay. So, first seam, just rechecking, goes down. The next seam also goes down. Okay. So that's 14. 13 can't be used. We're going to go to 15. I was in my cutting area sorting these, and I didn't have any masking tape, so I ended up using painter's tape. And painter's tape does not stick very well on fabric when it's little bitty pieces like this. So I had to keep a pin in it. But I got them done. Hi, Liz Wilson. I can't remember if I said your name or not. Paula S. has come in. Welcome to the chat, lady. And my brothers come in here as well. Laura says she loves quilting. It's her addiction too. Yes. I bought the background for the Minnesota pattern that I want to do, but I still can't decide what fabric colors I want to do the actual state. Look and see what's, like most states have a state color. Maybe see what that is. Hope you feel better, June. Sheila Willis is here. And Darcy is reminding you all as you leave and enter the room to please make sure you hit the thumbs up button, not the subscribe, the thumbs up button. But if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe too. Ingrid Sews It All is here. Welcome to the chat, lady. Number 15. It's straight. Thank you, Jesus. But the bottom one is not. So this is the top. This one is straight. So let me just do everything at one time. And since I got longer pieces now. This one is just straight. And then I will do the angle for the bottom. So that's sewed on. This is my bottom for row number 15. If I sew this on here like this, go that way, it's going up. If I go this way, it comes down at the wrong angle. But if I pull it this way, and so that way, it comes down. Okay, so I just draw a line the direction that I need it to go down. Take it off. Remember, it's on the end. 45-degree angle in the corner. And 45 degrees that way. Draw my lines. Draw 2 more lines. Well, 1 more line. I want to sew them both. So when I take this off, I want to put it this way. So when it comes down, it's going the correct direction. Yay, yay, yay. I'm on the struggle bus. Okay, so what I'm going to do is sew this one first, because I got to sew on this one twice and the other one only once. So we'll sew this one. Okay. Then I got all of this back here. Just want to take it off. Oh, this is those 2 rows I sewed together that I can't sew to anything right now, because it goes to the big piece on the wall, and I can't sew 13 to it because I sewed 13 wrong. So we're just getting it out of Dodge. All right, so we're going to sew 1/4 inch seam here. And sew the other line on this one for the triangle I'm trying to save. All right, and I've got all of this done. I'm still trying to work on my happy place, but doing it, you know, the slick way. Oh my goodness. These 2 are gonna, this is the busiest fabric ever. I'm gonna press you back the other way and make these seams line up right there. And sew this together. Busy fabrics, but it's going. Well, I don't have to worry about working on anymore. I don't think. Well, this mic can go on top, but that'll be it. Okay, cut this piece. Oops. Oh, I saw the back piece. I'm like, what in the world? I didn't cut my chain. Okay. Goodness gracious. And I don't know which way this goes best, but we'll just press it. And then 13. This is 14. It's like, what happened to 14? 14 and 15 can go together. I can take this pin out of 15 too. Even the tape and everything came off with the pen. All right. I am going to pin this because it's such a long strip that I want to make sure nothing's getting moved. Like, I don't want any puckers and things like that. So I'm just going to put some pins in here. Make sure everything's the right length. And then just come grab it in the middle. And plop some pins. I'm a pinner. If I got to make any adjustments, I'd rather make them so that it's evenly spread out. I don't want a big pucker somewhere when I'm trying to quilt it. Uh-oh, that's just a string. Okay, so I'm going to fold back 1/4 inch and try to put this as close as I can. Did I not press this? I guess not. I don't see it. It's not laying flat. All right. You do have little subtle match points sometimes. So I try to line it up where my match point is if I can. All right. Now we'll sew these 2 rows together so we don't lose those. Actually got that pin back. Okay. This one is not in. Just make sure. All right. I'll just take this off. Come over here. And okay. Keep kicking my stuff back the wrong way. These are some busy, you know, I just pulled fabrics. Didn't care about where they were going, right? It's just busy, but it's on here. This is just a filler. And I do want to press this little corner in here. It's got so much going this direction. Let that sit for a second. All right, let's start on row number 16, should be. Yes. Row number 16. 16 is straight on the bottom, but it's not on the top. So, got 16. This right here row number 16. If I sew it, it should come up like that, and that's correct. So I just need to pull my board in, draw my line this direction, so 45 in the corner. I'm on the 60-degree line. You know, I only sew when I'm live, and I keep forgetting to bring my other ruler in here that I can just cut these. So I have to draw them like the other regular folk, because I don't have my ruler in here. All right, take this off, put it back on here like this. When I stitch on this line, it's going to go up, and it will be in the right direction. And then the bottom is super easy because it's just straight. Check it again. Yes, it's just straight. Just got to make sure I have both right sides together, because you got both sides of the African print works, but at least I'm not trimming anything. So we'll take this off, come over here, sew the diagonal lines. And then, let's see, what time is it? It's an hour already, good Lord. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, I'm gonna cut this off and come back over here and sew the other side. And right there. And right here. Okay. Got all of that. And all right. So these are my scissor blocks. I think I showed this to you. I was just letting that piece dry. Let's see. This is the bottom. Still got all the pins in it, except for a couple. And my match point looked really good, so I'm happy about that. All right. There's another pin somewhere. Oh, that's the number 14. Can't take that one out. You gotta know the top. Dorsey talking about time flies when you're having fun, but goes real slow when you're popping popcorn, when you're making popcorn or something. Hi, Linda Gray. Welcome to the chat. Good night, Sin, Forrest. And Judy says, love the scissors. Yeah, I'm just trying to, I'm like, if I can sneak and sew some seams in, I will, you know. Just trying to, because I can't work on it because it's not the priority, but I need to cut some half square triangle pieces for my exploding star so I can make half square triangles, but I haven't done that either. So because I'm not sewing, so I'm forgetting about my own personal projects because I got a lot of business stuff. And I got quilting stuff going on for some people too. I'm trying to figure out, was this supposed to be a straight line? Let me press it and then I'll come back. 14, this is 15. 15 ain't supposed to be no straight line. I gotta take this loose. Hold on, 14. Oh, this is the top, so it's correct. Okay, I'm thinking it's the bottom. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I am confusing myself. All right, so this is 14. All these pieces where they have angles sometimes and sometimes they don't. But at least the pieces are smaller in number. So I'm happy about that. So this is 14. 15 is on there, be sewn on in a minute. But let me pull this one off. So 17. 16 also had a mistake on the layout chart, but it was cut correct on my size. For those that don't know, I'm working on the African map pattern. Okay, on row number 17, the bottom is straight again. So that's good. That's 17. But this is my bottom. It's a straight seam, so I can just put a pin in it to hold it. And then I go back up here to the top, and we need a diagonal line on this one. This is my piece when I stitch. Which one? We're on 17. So 17. I need this seam right here to be like that. So we draw a line. (45°) line is in the corner. I done lost the pencil, the eraser part of my mechanical pencil. And then draw another line a ½ inch away. All right, so I've got this piece here. I'm going to sew this line and then it'll flip up, and that will be correct. All right. Don't have to put a pin in it if I'm going to sew it right away. I did the easier seam first this time. So okay, then we just need it straight down here. And then we sew the extra line. And I keep trying to look to see when this bobbin run out. I have a feeling it's gonna run out when I'm sewing rows together. All right, so all of that is sewed, and then those two rows can get sewed together. So let's see. I don't know which one I want to put on top. Let's put Millie's dresses on top. It's pretty. We'll put the pretty one on top. And then I can get those 2 rows off. Okay. Press all of this and then sew it together. Okay, this is 16, needs to be pressed. And we need to trim. Oops, I'm about to throw it in the trash can. I sewed it just to pitch it. Hi, Dee Branson, welcome. How are you doing, lady? Hi, Helena Marie Carter. Good night, Deborah. Ugh. Hi, Smurf Creations. Hi, Claudette Bettis. Welcome. All right. I'm just trying to get some of this sewed so I can get this off of my to-do list, because I'm sick of looking at it. All right, so I press this one down. This one should be up, so when I put them together, they'll be the opposite direction. Hopefully, we are correct. So I'm going to take the tape off of 17, save the pen, put it together with 16. Then go all the way down. Make sure everything's the same size so I know I didn't like use the wrong cut piece. Just always like double checking. So let's, I got these 2 that seams are going opposite direction. So that's a good match point. Hold it right there. And then let's see what's happening with this. Oh, they go back the opposite direction. Both of them are pressed up. So we're going to press one of them down, just so that we have them opposite direction. And that's my next match point. And stick a pin in it. All right. Just want to make sure everything is the same size, and it is. Still like to put a couple of pins in here, or a few. Because I don't want stuff moving around on me later. Let's see. Remo is reminding you guys to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. I haven't refreshed my screen. If I refresh, it's going to take me and put me back into just some comments instead of all. Okay, why do I have a pin on that side? Okay. I should be sewing on the other side. Oh my goodness. This is just one of those days. I was telling my husband, it was like, I haven't done anything. I've done desk work today, and I've done designing labels, and I've been doing all of that from the comfort of my bed. I told my husband that I was tired and that I thought that I needed rest, and apparently I'm correct. Okay. So I sewed the wrong side. I didn't realize I had turned it. And I'm going to leave all the other pins because the one on the bottom is correct. I don't know when I turned it, but I did. I'm like, why do I have pins on both sides? All right, here we go. Let's try this again. This one I have the pin out here because it's a match point. I have to stop and take that one out. The rest of them are on the opposite side of the fabric, so it'll be all right. This is another match point. All right. And I don't have any more pins, so I gotta line this up. Okay. Goodness gracious. I don't know. I'm making it look like this quilt is hard to do, and it is not. It is not. I think every time I'm sewing on it, I don't want to sew. Unfortunately. Hi, Leetta Bryant. Welcome. All right, so this is the row for Millie with Millie's dresses in it. And I've got 2 scissors, and then this is just a spacer. So I can take off this sticker, this tape telling me the size of that block so I can know what to put with it. So, all right. Next row. Row number 18. So let me mark off 17. I can't find my highlighter, so I'm using dry erase board markers, which I haven't used in a long time. So I'm like, they're going to dry up anyway. I may as well use them. But they work just as well as a highlighter. So number 18, at the bottom is an angle. At the top is straight. Thank you, Sharon. Says that's pretty. I love my Millie's dresses. At the top is straight. For the next 1, 2, 3, so that's good. Top is straight. And then the next 1, 2, 3, they're all on the bottom. All the bottoms need to be fixed. All right. So on the bottom, we're going to be going this direction. This direction, and then when we flip it down, it's going that direction. So let's mark this. Pencil, ruler. Boy, I packed stuff up last time. Okay. Okay. Just making sure. All right, so I'm going to put a pin in here to hold this because I'm about to get these other ones that are exactly like that on the bottom and do the exact same thing so I don't have to. So we go, just making sure. I just did 18. 19 is the same. 20 and 21. And I know at the top, 19 is just straight. So what time is it? Oh, the next few minutes went slow. Okay, that's good though. It's straight at the top. That I know. So we just stick a regular pin up there. Down here on the bottom, we want it to look exactly like that one. So we're just going to draw some lines this way. 45 to the corner. And then 1/2 inch away. All right. And then I just pull this back, pull it down, same direction, and pin it so I don't forget. All right, that's, I know I need at least 3. So this is 20. $21 goes that way on the bottom, but then at the top it gets turned. It has an angle instead of straight. So it's straight at the top. And then the same angle on the bottom. Do this in multiples. Good Lord. So this here is going to put 45 degree. I want to make sure it I got 30 degree, 45, and 60. I have to make sure I be on the right line. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now we're mass drawing lines. That helps when they're all going the same direction. And I'm going to go ahead and do that other one too on the bottom. And I just have to figure out the top because 21 is what I need to do this section that I'm working on. Except it won't have row number 13 on it because I messed that up. All right. Well, let's see. Make sure I can see one. 21 on the top. I'm just going to take this out and put a pin right back in it. We'll do the top last. We'll take this bottom piece and put it just like this. 45 into the corner. Draw a line. This is the bottom. And then we'll do the top last. All right, whoops. Stuff starting to roll. All right. Pin to hold this in place. And then we come back and do the top. All right. 21. And I have the top. And I have you. 21. Where are you? I'm so far over because I haven't marked. So we want this seam to go. We want this seam to go this way and go up. Making sure I'm on 21. Because it's not marked. So we want it this way. And we're going to be going this way. And I'm going to put an arrow for this way out. Alright, so we got to just draw a line. 45 degree in the bottom. I have to use 45 degree. That's going the wrong way. 45. Okay, so now I don't have to mark for a minute. All right. All of that sewed. This comes back to here. And stick a pin in it. All right. I will stick this under here for a minute. And we all out of number sequence at this point, and that's okay. We just want to sew. And matter of fact, I'm out of thread. Oh my gosh. It's like this whole thing has not been sewed. So when did I run out? Like on a diagonal seam somewhere? I'm out of thread though. I ran out. Did I run out on this? Was this the last thing I sewed? It's stitched there. And it's stitched there. So thank goodness it must have ran out 14, 15. That's 16, 17. If I'm not mistaken. Remember I took thread out. 16, 17. Let me just put a pin up here to keep that closed so I know. I don't know where I ran out of thread at. I hope everything is sewed. All right. I put a bobbin up here because oh, it's sewing, but it didn't sew this whole thing. It's got thread in here, or it's either pulling the top thread, but we'll check it, make sure. But it's pulling thread. It's out. But for some reason, thread's all in the bottom. Okay, let's Just clean it out a little bit. I've been sewing a lot, and the African fabrics are a little bit thicker too, so it's like I got oil on my hands, so I think I don't need to oil it. Had a little bit lint up on top. We ain't got time to get the screwdrivers out right now. We'll give her, she needs to be clean. I don't beat her up. And then she hasn't been like clean since retreat. I just started sewing with her. So we will give this a cleaning eventually, one of these days. All right, it's still, needle still threaded, but I've got an extra piece of thread. Okay. I'm gonna pull up the bobbin. All right, and let's try this again. It looks like everything that I thought wait a minute. Oh, that's just laying there. This doesn't have any needle penetrations. Yeah, it's missing something because it should have a piece on the end. So something is missing. All right, I'm looking for the piece that goes onto this. This is row number 18, so something did not sew. Just trying to look for the needle holes. This is the right side, row number 18. Goes like this. Okay. At least I'm paying attention. Get to the end and have all kind of pieces hanging off. Hi, Phyllis G. Hey, Rhonda Barlow. All right, let's try this again. Okay. So I was sewing, but I wasn't. Goodness gracious. Let me get this because we'll just do all the second seams at the same time. So it ran out right after I corrected that other side because it stitched the whole other side. Now I could have some more pieces down here that should have 2 pieces, but we will check as we sew. Take that off. That's one. Then this comes over and gets just a straight sew. Only one of them has 2 diagonals, and that's 21. All right, you're done, and this one is done. All right, you're done. Good night, Deborah. That one's done. This one has a diagonal. We sew those first anyway. because we got 2 seams. And when we should have a straight over here, and that's correct. Just a straight. Okay, this one in the back is done. And that one is needing this other side. All right. Let me cut the yarn back on because we haven't used it in a minute since we've been marking. Diagonal gets sewn first, right here. Either straight or another diagonal. Another diagonal. This is the 21 that has 2 diagonals. This is done. This gets sewed on the other side. This gets sewed on the other side. All right, and then this is oh, this is 11/12. That 13 needs to go on, but I can go ahead and press it, I guess. Thirteen's down there waiting for correction. Hi, Brenda Perkins. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. Okay. I got the iron all backwards. Okay. All right, I can't do anything with 11 and 12 yet. It's waiting for, it goes with 13, and 13 is in timeout. This one I need to sew long rows together. Make sure I sew the right side. And that we start from the top, we shouldn't have an issue because we already been here, done that. So this is 16. So it was a good thing I didn't take all those pins out. Thank you, Jesus. I did not take those pins out. Thank you. Thank you. I knew I should have pulled that out, but I didn't. I'm like, it sold over it once. It'll do it again. Now I'm up here nervous, and now I want to make sure that I'm sewing this the right way. What number is this? 14, 15. I should have 16, 17. And 16 should be on the bottom. Y'all, I quit. Remember I had the pins in here because I had pinned the wrong side, so I was taking it apart? Well, I've done it again. It should be sewed on this side. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to go ahead and sew the right side. Oh my goodness. And I know this is supposed to match up, but if it doesn't, I'm okay with that too right now. Because there is no pin there to hold it. Because I pulled the pins out on this side. Oh my goodness. There are just some days you just shouldn't sew. I got to take half the seam out on this row on the other side. Goodness gracious. And then these that right here match up, and I don't even have a pin. Thank God. I'm kind of sewing accurate because it matched up, thank God, without any pins. That's how it be some days. All right. We know this is 21 because it's got 2 things for me to cut. So it's the last one I need. 1. This is 2. So I'm going to pop you over there for a minute. This is 20. Well, I don't know what number this is. This is 19. I'm going to need it next. So it stays. This is 20, I think. Let's see. Yes, I just trimmed this corner and put it to the floor to go with 21. Those 2 go together. And this goes with that one up there. This should be 18. All right. Just don't want to stick myself. That'll be the next thing. All right. This is 18. Oh my goodness. I'm going to press this one down. Press this one down. I'm going to press them both down. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. All right, that's 18. This should be 19. I'm going to press this one up. And Judy says, poor T. Right. I'll press this one up. Just having issues. Issues and concerns. All right, we got 18 and 19 in my hand. I got to take the pen out of one because it's in the wrong way anyway. Keep 18 on the bottom, child. And I'm going to hurry up. I don't normally pin up here at the top, but I'm going to hurry up and put a pin over here so I know which way I'm pinning. And then we're just getting the other ones in order. I'm just having fun. That's what it is, ripping, I guess. Hi, Brenda Foley. Okay, I do have a match point here. And at this point, I'm like over the match points. I don't care. I do care, but I'm saying I don't, you know. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. I got that one on there that I can sew to that piece over there, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pin both of these rows. I got that match point done. So I just want to come in here about middle ways and line up things. What time is it? 9:41. I got 19 minutes. I was trying to get this done. If I would not have been ripping, I would have had, how many rows did my goal was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then I also sewed 11 and 12 together. So, don't want blue ones. Blue ones are too big. Just want to eyeball some space here. And then I'll get those ones off the floor and pin those too. And then I can have them all ready to sew in the pairs. Need one more pin for this one. This one here. I really threw 21. Okay. 21. Let's see. 19 I pressed up. So 20 I want to press down. Just in case. Don't know if it's necessary. May have to still go the opposite direction, but at least we tried without paying too much attention and driving myself nuts. Okay, because I think I've got that accomplished already. This is the bottom, and we're going to be pressing these up because that went down. So now we're pressing up, and this gets pressed up. Just in case. Because we're not looking at that chart anymore. We're not going to do it. All right, this is 20 and 21. I'm taking the pin out of 21 at the top. Oh, gosh. Turn it over. Put a pin at the top so we know which side we're sewing on. Oh my goodness. And I still got to take the seams out of that one. Okay, nothing to match up there. And nothing to match down here, I don't think. Don't look like it is. So that's good. Good, good, good. Means I can just pin my strips. Right there. And I gotta do some ripping. Ripping, ripping, ripping. I am full of it tonight. Full of it, full of it. one here. And a pin right there. All right, let's put these back. So we've got these all ready to be sewn. So let's go. I do want to, let's just stop and rip out this other side. I'm gonna take out all the pins that, you know, I left in here before on the wrong side. And looks like I have one on the right side. All right. Okay, so we want to rip this out. Seam ripper. Seam ripper. All right. Put this in here. And pray we don't rip our fabric. Hold on. Why are you acting up? Okay. Put my seam in here. I think it just gets full and then it just wants to stop. Like it needs to get in a new spot. Are you doing it again? All the little threads are just sitting there. Now we're coming up on a seam. Yay, it went over. Yay, got lots of threads everywhere though. Woo woo, we'll worry about that later. All right, so this is ready to be pressed. All right, now we can sew. It's 9:47. Less than 15 minutes to get these rows together, but I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm thinking I had to cut something, but I don't. Oops, wrong spot. This one might be a match point. I'm not sure. I have to make sure I leave that. It's been a minute since I pinned it. All right, one more before I need to press. All right, getting close to the bottom. And all right, so I've sewed this thing so many times, I got strings everywhere. Goodness gracious. I'll be cleaning these up when I'm long arm quilting. These little ones. We're not going to dress them right now. We'll come back because we don't have time for that. Okay. All right. So we're going to put these two pieces together, 14 and 15 to 16 and 17. Turn it over. Strings everywhere. I can pull the long ones off. Okay. Do I have match point? A little bit. Right here. Bring you down. Right there. Hopefully that's enough. Oops, more long strings. If they're long, I'll get them. If they're short, they'll have to wait. Okay. Let's see. 14, 15 is being sewed to 16, 17. So they do need to match. Okay. Fold back 1/4. And we will stick you right there. Right there. And then get another long string. Okay. All right. Let's sew. Hi, C Joy Creations. I have tape on the top. I'm just stitching what I want to stitch. Michelle, it's on here. I have them on here. The tape is got a pin in it, and it's still I refuse to sew what I need to sew. Apparently, I'm just having fun ripping, I guess. I'm demonstrating the art of ripping. Let me take these two and cut them apart so they'll be ready next. Yeah, those two get sewed together. Next. And let me make sure one more time. 14, 15, 16, 17. Got them. That's 18, 17, 18, no, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 is somewhere around here. And, well, they're doubled up, so they're right there. I saw my thread dancing over there. It's like, huh? Oh my goodness. Okay, we need to leave this one in until we get a stitch away. Here we go. Leave it in up to the pin, please. Okay. Let's do that. All right. Got 18, 19. I know 21 is that blue one because it has two. I am going to get these sewn together. I won't get 13 fixed, but I will get these sewn together just so that I don't have all of this stuff loose in here. I'll just have to cut fabric for 13 where I sewed the seam the wrong direction. So I'll correct that at some point. I probably won't remember once I leave the room. All right, so these two are sewn. Let's do these two. We know the blue is 21, so just using my wood press to give it some memory on where I want it to go. So, especially when I'm dealing with the heavier African prints. So I just try to give it a little memory press before I get the iron on it. Okay. These two right here go together with this. And again, we're going to put a pin here. The blue should be on the top on that side because that's the way it should be. We should not be sewing the blue. And let's just go down here and put a pin in the other end too. Nothing matches, so that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Anything match up here? Yes, the top. All right, a pin right there. And we're just going to put a few holding pins. I'm just going to put 3 in here. 1, 2. I got strings everywhere from ripping now. And my background fabric is fraying a little bit too. Let's see. Put this up before I stick myself. Sharon says, finish the charm pack tote bag. Lots of lessons learned. I don't think I will be using batting next time. Any suggestions? I like using batting, but I also use soft and stable. I use those too. Okay. And got this row here. All right. I got those two need to go together. I got pins on top of pins holding this on the board. Trying to really make sure I didn't lose it. This is the one that needs, it needs 11 and 12. So this is the top part of Africa here, right here. And then underneath they have a sun right here. So I'm gonna put, I stopped at row 9 on here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stopped at row 10. I'm gonna sew 11 and 12 on here. So that'll be sewed. Good night to anybody that's leaving. I'm gonna sit here and sew these rows together, except that I can't sew the 2 big pieces together because row 13 goes up against this, and it's an error, so I can't sew it tonight. This one's not gonna be probably perfect, but that's okay. It's a little bit off on my diagonal seam, but I'm just gonna plop one of them up right here. Got a matching point, and just stick one pin in here to hold that. All right, let's go down to the bottom. Nothing else should match up. Got the last star point on this one, because I'm not gonna come back in here. And when I come back in here, I want to be working on, when I work on this again, when I sew with you all, I want to be working on the last third. I divided them like into 3 sewing sessions. But, and then I'll have just my border, my left and right border to do after that. And so we're just going to sew this together. Match point here. because I cannot even sew on this unless I'm live because I got other things I got to do. All right. But I do want to get this done so bad. So bad. Okay. All right, now we got these two. Needs to be sewn together. Let me just use this for a minute just to iron something. This is the wrong way because this is the top. I got to press the seam the other direction. All right, I can take off this pin with 16. Put it in the trash, the number. Whoops, just dropped my snips. I'm glad my feet are on top of my chair base. One foot's on the floor, but the one over here is on the chair base, thank goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. See, and I'll show you for those that are hanging in here, I'll show you what I was trying to do when I was cutting my fabrics. I was trying to make sure that they actually stood out, like that it was a different fabric. When I get through sewing, I'll show you what I was trying to do. All right, now we get down to the thin fabric. All right, let's press this one. I don't even have time to put water in here because I press with steam. I'm out of water. Been out of water. It's like I don't have time. Put water in the iron. It's doing pretty good though. Okay. So like you can see on this strip, like where I was trying to make sure that you could really see that it was a change in fabric. So having some dramatic color change in here, and I'll show you this one when I press. I'll have to, and I got a lot, well, I don't have a lot of my favorite, but I put some of my favorites in here. I made sure I forgot about, I didn't have any eye prints in here, so then I went back and got some eye prints and put in here. So I got one on this section right here. Just trying to give it some memory on this thick African fabric. Whoops, whoops. Get over here. So I wasn't trying to match, like make sure that the strip on either side was matching. I actually wanted them to be more contrasting. But I didn't want to like really go cut fabric. I was trying to use any jelly roll strips or scraps that I had that would fit the size. Okay, we dropped that so we don't have snips right now. Good night, everybody that's leaving. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button for me, please. I'm just trying to get this sewed together so that I can have this part done. If I would not have been ripping, I would have had it all done. I came in here sort of kind of organized this time and still did not accomplish the goal. Okay, 18. This is 21. We know that's last. And then I need the top over here. the top. 14 and then 18. Sew those two together. So this is my last seam here, because I can't put the two pieces together because 13's not done. So right here I need to put a pin so I know what side I'm sewing. And the first thing out the gate over there is a match point. We'll come back to that. Just trying to get everything right sides together. And I've got a match point down here as well. Just put a holding pin for right now. All right, so let's fold this back for a 1/4 inch seam and try to put it right there, a 1/4 inch away. We shall see. Right there. That's what we're aiming for. Up here we got 1, 2. It's a match point. Fold this in. Bring this up, and over right there. Is good. Put a pin. All right. Just 3 more pins in here to hold it because it's so long. Don't want to be doing a whole lot of stretching. And just in case. And this right here needs 1. Just in case. All right. Yay, yay, and more yay. At least I got a bigger chunk now to put on my design wall. Just dropped a pin that I'm probably going to step on. Just looked at it fall right out of my hand. I'm trying to keep, my foot is still on the base of this chair. I'm not moving my foot. And we're done with this seam. Just got to press. Okay. Almost. All right. Snips on the floor. Use the scissors. Put the scissors up because we're done. Let's start with this. Whew. I'm sorry that I am not going to be able to show. I'm going to leave number 12 on just so that I know 13 is missing. I'll leave the numbers on 13, on 12 and 14, so I don't forget to fix that, or, you know, not to sew these together at least. So I don't have to use my seam ripper, hopefully. So I'll show you, this is row 4 through, what was this? 4 through 12. With the sun. It has a sun and a heart and a star that's extra in the background. I feel like I got those little thread pieces on my face from ripping. Alright, so this is 4. Added those 2 rows onto here. So you can kind of see how it contrasts, so you know that the fabric is changing. And then my star, I just added the last star point over this way. So it's going to be backwards for you guys. I'm sorry about that. So I've got 4 over here. I'm just folding this in half so it's not hanging long when I put it on the board. And then this last one is what I sewed today. We're just got 8 rows instead of 9, which was my goal. I've got to correct a row. Okay, I don't know. This is the bottom. So I've got to turn this around. Still finding threads. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is 14. I still have a pin in it. I'm going to take 18 out. I don't need it. Let's use my wood press. Make sure. I'm just going to go ahead and press this so I can be done. Hopefully it works out. And then you've got all these different match points. I did pretty good with the match points, considering I was on the struggle bus for a minute. And I'm hoping that my iPad, I can't see how much time is left. Normally all it does is 2 hours or so. So right now it's still working. Thank goodness. Got those little strings coming out. This is where I sewed my sewing era. Some of them are coming out as I'm pressing. But I'm pressing on like a 16-inch wool mat. I don't normally press here, but you know, I didn't want to like leave the camera to go press. So this is what we're working with. Especially, I press blocks units when I'm making blocks. I don't press other stuff here. Yay, 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 yay. We're done. And then here is what those fabrics look like. Got one piece flipping back right here. But I wanted to put some of the eye fabric in there. So, really happy. And my points that needed to match are looking really, really good. So, really happy with that. I can put these on my board. And know that I got to fix 13. Which I guess I can just pull up so it's not just sitting down there. This is the one I gotta fix, these 2 pieces. I'll just stick a pin on it. Piece of tape. Say fix me. Fix me too short. Wrong direction. So when I redo it, I'll already know that's an issue. All right. So, this African map boy act like it's going to be a problem, but it's not. It is so simple. I don't know. It's just me. I keep sewing on it on days when I don't want to sew. The first time I sewed on it, I did really good in the Zoom sewing session. And then I sewed on it in 2 lives on Saturdays. And I'm just having issues with it on the lives. I don't know why. I didn't have any problems with it on in the Zoom. All my directions were the right way. I wasn't challenged directionally, none of that type of stuff. Then when I come live the last 2 times, I'm making this look way more complicated than it is, and it is not that complicated. So yeah. Darcy's making sure you all hit the thumbs up button before you leave. Minnie says, I got my African top finished. Hallelujah. Yes. Good for you. And I'm working on it. I'm almost thinking maybe I should put this African map in our quilt show. And then it'll give me a reason that I need to get it done. Jenny Smith says, what pattern is this? It's called African Map. I do sell it. It is $12 pattern, $4 for shipping, because I'm sending, and I'm paying some of the shipping, maybe $1, because I'm sending patterns as packages because the post office is delivering regular mail too slow. So I'm doing them as packages. So it'll be $16 for a pattern. I am currently working on mine, finishing row 11. That's Suzette. Awesome. Keep going, because I'm keeping going too. It's rough. Sharon says the colors are very pretty. Lots of work. Yes, it's beautiful. I love the end result. And like I said, I got a little obsessive compulsive with what fabrics went next, because I'm really not like that. But this really is only using like 22, I think, African prints. So it wasn't like I had a lot of scrap fabrics that I was going to be using. So I really wanted to make sure that they contrasted and that I didn't just pull everything from the same color background or color family, making it look like it was cohesive. I still wanted it to look scrappy. So Smurf Creation says that is beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're welcome, Judy. So yeah, so that's going to be it. I'll be back Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour live chat. I might be working on this. Who knows? I might be working on, I don't know, tool. I might be working on t-shirt quilt. I don't know. It depends on what I get done and what happens when I come back. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Benita. And I appreciate everything that you all do for Teaquilts and this channel. So appreciate you guys. I will see you on Wednesday. You all stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out, everybody. Bye. Michelle, I bought like 2 bolts of this. I like it. And I bought the gray. They have it in gray. Bye.